The Yankees Mets game on the 20-year anniversary of 9/11 was completely rigged and completely scripted. When the game ended 8-7, when the Yankees were up 2-0 to literally end a 7-game losing streak, it was like the Yankees are back. They're up 2-0 on the 20-year anniversary of 9/11. The Yankees are going to win the World Series also in tribute to COVID devastating and ravaging America ever since it came to America from the shores of New York. And it's all rigged. The game ended 8-7. Right then, I knew this had everything to do with my video on the 2000 election on my Gematria Sports and World History channel. Now, the 2-0 scoreline was completely rigged because the losing streak is over at 7. This is a clue that they're going to beat the Dodgers in 7 games. Take a look at Aaron Judge and big signing Joey Gallo having gematria of 20. The Yankees began the game with a 5-0 scoring advantage. This has everything to do with the fact that you see this little hat right there, this patriotic red, white, and blue hat. The Yankees are Americans. So you need to support the Patriots after what happened after 9/11. The Yankees lost the World Series because that represented the symbolic heartbreak of New York after 9/11. But the Patriots did win after 9/11. America's gematria 50, Bush's gematria 50. The election was rigged. 9/11 was an inside job. It was the biggest con job that ever happened. Bush was a businessman, former governor, Dick Cheney vice president, former oil executive. Big oil and banks rigged the 2000 election. This is how the Yankees' 5-0 advantage was completely rigged. You notice how terrorists were flying jets in the buildings. There's a lot of long shots that night. Even number 11, Brett Gardner, homered the right field. I mean, this guy never hits home runs. Higashioka hit a home run for the New York Yankees to take the lead. Even McCann homered for the Nets, and Báez homered, and Aaron Judge homered. So how many home runs was that? 6 home runs. The shots just keep on coming. 5-1, the Yankees lead the Mets because the Dodgers is gematria 51. Conspiracy is gematria 51. Dick Cheney used to work as CEO of Halliburton. He cashed in on the stocks right after 9/11. Dick Cheney's gematria 51. Far right is gematria 51. Halliburton is gematria 51. I want you to notice the score line of 8-7. Yankees win. Dick Cheney's gematria 87. Far right's gematria 87. Inside job is gematria 87. This is how we know 9/11 100% is an inside job that we know on the 20th anniversary of 9/11. Of course, the New York Yankees are going to win. Of course, the Mets fans are going to be temporarily happy with all the money that they paid for those tickets. It's inside job. It's Iraq War. It's Muslim. Far right. Dick Cheney, that is gematria 87. The Yankees are winning 5-3 because this is going to be a tribute to COVID. And it's terrorists. And it's George Bush, that is gematria 53. Terrorists all paid for by the Central Intelligence Agency. Then another rigged home run. It's 5-4. Yankees lead the Mets. Big Oil's gematria 54. Baseball's gematria 54. Islam was the enemy created in order to go to war in Iraq, in Afghanistan, even though, by the way, all the hijackers were Saudi. There are a total of 19 hijackers in total. The Jets scored 19. The Panthers scored 19 points and they defeated the Jets today. The game was 5-6. The Mets led 5-6. Coronavirus, inverted star, the Skull and Bones, the Freemason secret society that George Bush was a part of during his college days. Also, John Kerry, a former Navy man in 2004, was a Skull and Bones member too. Not the only one. The Mets lost 7-8. It's George Walker Bush that is gematria 78. The Yankees were down 5-7. Notice once I scroll down, the Yankees were down 5-7. It's Mets as Gematria 57. It's George as Gematria 57. It's World Series. It's Islamophobia as Gematria 57. There were a total of 15 runs scored in the game. New York City's Gematria 15. War's Gematria 15. George Walker Bush is from Texas. Texas is Gematria 15. A very deep cable state in Texas. Keep in mind that Texan Lyndon Baines Johnson became president as home state of Texas. That was another inside job for itself, too. Islamic terrorism is Gematria 75. So when you write this that way, it's Yankee 7, Mets 5. It is Iraq that is Gematria of 45. So the Yankees were down 4-5. This has everything to do with Iraq. We went to war with Iraq after 9/11. So the 45 represents the losing score for the New York Yankees. So keep that in mind when we break down this game. Okay. Game-winning error, so void. It was planned to be a hit. If the ball was caught by an infielder, it was going to be an error. By second baseman Joey Báez. He was in the news for all the wrong reasons. It is Aroldis Chapman's 26th save of the season. The World Series begins on the 26th day. It's the Yankees. That's Gematria 26. Virus is Gematria 26. Al-Qaeda is the base. I wonder how this translates to in English. The base has Gematria of 24. So you see how the Yankees went from 2 runs to 4 runs? Kind of funny how that's the case. I want you to know how rigged the game is. Look at how scripted this drop pass was, or this dropped ball in the outfield by Aaron Judge. What a joke. What is he doing? Oh my God. This guy's a professional baseball player. This guy is rigging and scripting this game. I think Joey Báez was the guy who made the comments about the fans. I mean, big baby Javier Diaz, and now he makes the error to lose the game for the Mets. It can't get any scripted. It can't get any scripted any better than it did. Javier Diaz is Gematria of Iraq as well. In bias and false flag, false is Gematria of 16. Shows you how scripted this game really is. A tribute to 9/11, a tribute to Game 7 53 days later. It shows you how rigged and completely scripted this game was in tribute to the 9/11 false flag attacks that happened on 9/11. It was the Yankee 79th win of the season. Champion is Gematria 79. It is the Synagogue of Satan. That has Gematria of 79. Once I put in the U for the Synagogue of Satan. The 39th win of the year at New York. New York is Gematria 39. 111 days left in the year after 9/11. Terrorist attack is Gematria 63. 63 losses for the year. The New York Yankees remain at 63 loss. If this is really any rigged as it is, the Yankees should go 2-0 against the Mets since losing the first game of the series right after the 20-year anniversary of 9/11. And it's all rigged. You know, it's all rigged because the Twin Towers were attacked, and on Monday, September the 13th, the New York Yankees play against the Minnesota Twins. Wonder how scripted that is. September the 13th of 2021. This is 63. This is the Gematria of terrorist attack. This was a terrorist attack over at the Twin Towers. It is truly insanely scripted. The 144th game of the year is against the Minnesota Twins. Yankees is Gematria 80. A perfect number to reach defeating the Mets tonight. And let me just see what Twins has gematria of. Twins having gematria of 22 and 85. A gematria value of Aaron Judge and Aaron Boone of the New York Yankees, for example. Minnesota Twins on the 144th game of the year. Mark of the Beast has gematria of 54. It is Minnesota that has gematria as Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden is the guy who attacked New York on 9/11. 911. Call 911 because it is an emergency. The Twins, the day after, has to do with the Twin Towers. Remember that. Wow. Can you? Baseball did not schedule it. They didn't schedule the Minnesota Twins. They canceled the game because of rain, and they moved it to a day off. They moved it right after 9/11.